since my Doctor No review has been postponed, I decided to give you the best movies of 2015 that I saw. And I have them all right here. Let's count them down, shall we? At number 10, as a big fan of the TV show, Entourage. I really liked Entourage for a few reasons. One, it's funny, and and if you watch the show, you'll get some of the jokes that they throw, and you don't have to watch the show in order to get what's happening in the movie, although it certainly does help. But yeah, I really liked Entourage, and I thought it was a very solid addition to the TV show. At number 9 is MI5 Rogue Nation, Mission Impossible 5 Rogue Nation, or as some people call it. I liked it. I didn't love it. That's why it's so low on the list. But here's the reason why I have it on the list is because it's good. It's really good. Tom Cruise does his own stunts. It's actually a very interesting movie to watch. It's not my favorite. It really isn't. I consider the best Mission Impossible to be the third one. But yeah, I mean, it was a solid addition, and I liked it. So it was better than 2, I'll tell you that. Don't let anybody tell you any different, because 2 was shit. At number 8 is The Hateful Eight. I really like this Tarantino movie. Is it better than Pulp Fiction? Well, no, it's not. I didn't review this movie. Most of these movies, if not all these movies, I didn't review. Hateful Eight, I'm going to give it an Hateful 8. See what I did there? But seriously, it was an 8. I mean, yes, it was slow at the beginning. And once they get to the cabin, once they get to the cabin, that's when the movie starts for me. That's when the movie starts. As a big Tarantino fan, I personally enjoyed this movie, and yeah, I'll buy it on Blu-ray. Why the fuck not? 7 is Creed. It was a really good addition to the Rocky franchise. Is it better than the first Rocky? Well, no, it isn't. But it was definitely one of the best. Was it better than 5? Yep. Was it better than 4? Mm-hmm. Was it better than 3? Yep. And 2. Its only real competition is the first one or the 6th one. That's his only real competition, I feel. So yeah, definitely go check Creed out. It's a good time. Inside Out made me cry. No, but seriously, man tears. Man, I was tearing up a little bit in that movie. What can I say? Inside Out is just an awesome movie. It was a great movie. Out of all the Pixar movies that are getting sequels, I would love to see Inside Out get a sequel. Because Inside Out was funny, and it was so smart, too. That's what the thing that really surprised me, how smart it was. Because I really had no idea what this movie was going to be about going into it. So when I walked out, I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. My only real negative is that it wasn't really that funny. It's not as funny as, what I mean by that is, it's not as funny as our Pixar movies. That's really what I mean. So, yeah, definitely a good, solid addition to Pixar. At number 5 is Star Wars The Force Awakens. I don't love this movie. I don't. However, I did think about it, and the more I thought about it, the more I liked it. And, yeah, it's really good. And I like how the trailers didn't give away anything, unlike a certain other movie called Terminator Genisys that gave everything away. So really glad that they didn't give anything away of the plot. That was a pretty ballsy move. Yeah, definitely a good addition to Star Wars. I'll be buying that on Blu-ray. At number 4 is The Reverend. The Reverend was a really interesting... I know some people are going to call it, well, actually, Joe, it's a 2016 movie because it didn't get a worldwide release until that. Nope, it's part of 2016 Oscars, so I'm counting it as 2015. All right? What can I say about The Reverend? It's brutal. It's really brutal. It's legitly brutal. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. It's kind of like that movie Hunger, directed by Steve McQueen, where you're just, some of the things that happen in this movie are like, this is really hard to watch. That's kind of like The Reverend, except The Reverend is more violent, is where more people are beating the shit out of each other. And shot by natural lighting, and the cinematography looks absolutely astounding. I swear to God, if this does not win Best Cinematography, I'd be so fucking pissed at the Academy. At number 3 is Mad Max Fury Road. The thing I like about this movie is it went for it. That it went for that hard R. And that's really what you don't see nowadays. You don't see movies, especially action movies, go for that rated R vibe. A similar movie in 2014 did that, called John Wick. I thought that was a really good action movie. And with this movie, it did the same thing, except it was more hardcore than John Wick. It felt like one big giant truck chase scene. So yeah, definitely really awesome and magnificent. The action was filmed so incredibly. And 10 nominations, wow! Yeah, definitely one of the action landmarks. All right, now here are the final two. These two, I kept switching back and forth, but I came to a firm conclusion. At number 2, it's Spectre. Spectre was a good movie. My top two are almost tied, but I have to pick one I consider a little bit better. Spectre is an awesome James Bond movie. It does a lot of fan service. But it does the same thing as Skyfall, where it doesn't interweave with what's happening. It's all kind of relevant. I mean, there's some inside jokes like, haha, Bond fans, haha. But for the most part, it stays pretty tame. And is Spectre better than Skyfall? Well, no, it's not. However, I will say that Spectre does have a really awesome train fight scene. And it has more action than Skyfall. So if you were disappointed by Skyfall's somberness, you might like Spectre better. I loved Spectre. I will definitely be buying that on Blu-ray. I loved everything about Spectre. Spectre was so good. It was a great James Bond movie, in my opinion. A side story, like with C, was a little distracting, but I can get over it. It's fine. But the number one movie on this list is Steve Jobs. I already did a review on that. That's the one movie I did a review on. But why is Steve Jobs number one? Because of its acting and writing. Rarely in a movie I am so riveted by dialogue and how actors present it. It all feels like exposition to me. This movie, the whole movie is dialogue. I'm like, oh God, I'm so nervous. Because usually dialogue-based movies, if they don't work, they really don't work. Luckily, this works phenomenally. It's my favorite movie of the year. Steve Jobs is my favorite movie of the year. And I love the way they filmed it. 16 millimeter, 35 millimeter, then digital. If you want more on my Steve Jobs thoughts, I left a link down below so you could check out my review for it. So, yeah, I loved Steve Jobs. So, guys, this is my top 10. If you disagree and say, oh, Joe, this should have been number one, well, I'm just going to tell you, I don't care. This is my list. It was very hard to. So, guys, what is your favorite movie of 2015? I'm very looking forward to 2016. I'm looking forward to Deadpool. That should be interesting. So, guys, tell me what you think. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Come on, tell me. Comment below. Let me know.